Good. We live in a weird world now where everything is upside down. And now where parents no longer need to worry about tackling the cumbersome and tricky sometimes task of parenting their kids. You don't have to do it alone. No, we have a new helper, the federal government. In Canada, they're just a wee bit ahead of us. Canada's Superintendent of Education had to explain this.
Of our staff did what was required. However, this is a difficult situation for the family to be in, and we do work hand in hand with these families because we co-parent. So obviously, we hope that that we could move forward, but it's understood the stress that the family is going through. However, we did what was required of us to do, and there are other agencies involved that are part of the chain of occurrences here.
I'm sorry, sir, what did you mean by co-parent? I'm not familiar with that term.
By co-parent, I'm talking about teachers and parents working together to support children as they grow up, and so those relationships are important to us, and we value them.
Yeah, co-parenting. You might say co-parenting. I never heard of that. You forgot. I remembered it halfway through. It's nonsense. In the Holy Bible, here it is. Deuteronomy 5:16. Honor your father and mother. Then, of course, 5:16 and a half. And your school superintendent. Oh, man. It's just great, isn't it? Anyway, I didn't know that the state was a co-parent anymore. And definition of co-parent, equal share or custody of a child. What? That's great. Now, I'm a little bit different. I am proud to say that my wife and I are 100% parents to our kids. But that seems to be becoming more rare around the globe. Canada is on board with this new and improved global version of the family, which is pretty fantastic. Sure. This is where the government will concede that, yeah, okay, I mean, you may have done something one night and then push the baby out, but you're going to screw up at some point. And that's when we, the government, have to stand in. That's exactly what happened in Canada. It was a gun incident. Oh boy, foul play. There was really trouble in the household. It led the school superintendent to this interview. The police department, child and family services, the police, everybody, they all got involved because of this little girl. This little girl, she drew a picture. I'd like to say harmless, but it's not, because she drew a picture of her father with a gun. Now, if that doesn't sound like a case for co-parenting, hell, if it doesn't, you better check your Bible. We're watching you. Don't mess up, or the kid will be ours. Governments all around the world are becoming more parent-like, and at the same time, radicals are pushing the lowering of the legal adulthood age. In fact, the Occupy website posted its goals here in the last week, and they included reducing the age to 16. The age of majority. In some countries, it's 12. So what is that all about? Well, it's brilliant. The idea is just keep lowering it till all the kids are adults. They can do whatever they want because you have no power over them. The state says so. Do you remember this?
There are some things about our world that you know that older people don't know.
Now, this was the vice president saying this to the kids, okay? And the parents weren't allowed to come. It's just between us. Imagine somebody like the vice president, if he would have said that to us as kids. Remember how out of control and how invincible you were and how you looked at your parents like, these guys are dopes. Now imagine if the vice president would have said, you know something, your parents are dopes. Man, what a sense of empowerment that would have been. Now, I want you to know, the progressives aren't really empowering your children. They're making your children more dependent on them, less dependent on you. They aggressively targeting our children, and they're seeking to get God erased from absolutely everything, because you see, you're not relying on them either. You're relying on God. No, you have to rely on the state. Forget your little stupid sky friend, okay? Occupy Wall Street also addressed this on their site as well, advocating for the immediate banning of homeschool because it amounted nothing more than religious indoctrination. How true that, huh? Could I ask you a question? What do you call the crap that's spilling out of our public school systems? I contend they teach religion there as well, except their gods are secularism, big labor, progressive, science, Darwin, Mother Earth. The theory of evolution is now fact. Creation is a myth. And Mother Earth is the closest thing to a deity. The spotted owl and the polar bear have more value than humans. Well, come here. Come on, kids. Come on a little closer to the TV. Come on. I want to teach you something about your cute, precious little Coca-Cola polar bears. Oh, they are so cute. There, look at the polar bears. Look at he's so sad. Oh, I don't know what to do. And then he grins over and says, here, have a Coke and a smile. Oh, that's so great. And that's, well, it's a little different than the actual polar bears. In fact, here, let you compare. Here, there's a Coke polar bears. Here are the actual polar bears. He's going in for a Coke? Oh, no. No, it's just a baby seal. Uh-oh. But at least it's like the red little can. They also like to murder. Here's one, murdering a giant 2-ton walrus, tossing it around like a red doll. Look at it. He's red and white, just like the can of Coke. And if you don't believe me that they're vicious killers, what you should do is what this lady did. Oh, I'm going to go in and see if I... Look at me. I'm just going to go play with the polar bears. Uh-oh, Mr. Polar Bear had her by the seat of her pants. Just so you know, kids, polar bears like to eat people, too. But only because they're sad about global warming. No, they're killers. They're giant animals that rip other animals apart. But our public school systems don't teach that. No, they teach our children that mommy and daddy are killing cute polar bears intentionally when they drive their SUV, and they warn that it might make polar bears and their Coca-Cola go extinct. No. The world would be a far better place if all the polar bears were dead. Uh-oh, did I say that out loud? I mean, it would be if you were a baby seal or anybody who happened to live around the polar bears. Hey, here's an idea. Go try to take your trash out in Alaska around the polar bears. Don't do it, because they'll eat you.